Hi there! Welcome to the new module of our course. Today we are diving into the world of cryptocurrency transactions. You will learn how digital currencies move on the blockchain, what makes them unique, and the practical steps involving sending and receiving them. Let's get started. Before we begin, let's do a quick recap of the previous lessons, starting with our core notion, blockchain. As we discussed earlier, it's a database shared among all network participants. Thanks to blockchain technology, we can transact in crypto without relying on third parties. It provides the infrastructure for cryptocurrencies to run on. Everything recorded on the blockchain becomes an immutable part of the ledger. For example, you can trace all the way back to 2009, when Satoshi Nakamoto made the first transaction on the Bitcoin network. Each transaction involves a sender, a receiver, and the amount of cryptocurrency being sent. It also includes important details like a unique identifier, timestamps, and cryptographic signatures. Without the proper digital signatures, no node will accept the record. Therefore, transactions are secure, transparent, and provable. Ultimately, the value of cryptocurrencies is in creating a payment network that everyone can trust. I know that they may be a lot to wrap in your head around. But don't worry, I've got an example that should make it easier to understand. Say Sally wants to send Bill some bitcoins for an online course that she bought. Wallets. Both Sally and Bill have wallets, which are digital accounts specifically designed to hold and send cryptocurrency. We will unpack them shortly. Public addresses. Each wallet has a unique public address. This is a long string of letters and numbers that identifies the wallet, sort of like an email address. She needs to know Bill's before sending coins. Transactions. Sally opens her wallet and inputs the following: the recipient, Bill public address, amount, let's say the course costs 001 Bitcoin, which is at the time is $600. Digital signature. Sally uses the private key, like a secret password, to sign the transactions digitally. This confirms that she owns the funds and are authorized to send it. Broadcast. Sally's wallet broadcasts the transaction to the Bitcoin blockchain. Verification. Computer on the network called miners and nodes, they verify the transactions, ensuring that the funds are there and can be sent. Confirmation. Once verified, the transaction is added into the block on the blockchain. Completion. Bill receives this 001 Bitcoin in his wallet, and now he is able to use it. So we have two people using crypto in a way that was intended in the original Bitcoin white paper, as the peer-to-peer electronic system. Sally is making a direct transfer to Bill with the help of the network. It doesn't involve a complex web of banks, intermediaries that, let's say, they need for using SWIFT or PayPal or even Visa payment. Crypto simplifies payments by shifting trusts and confirmations from third parties to the network. Cryptography and code proves that the payment was made instead of authorities, agencies, banks, or other organizations. This allows transactions to be cheaper, faster, and overall more efficient. Speaking of efficient transactions, let's get deeper into how you can make use of them. In our earlier example, Sally was sending 001 Bitcoin. To make her payments to Bill, she needs a wallet. Unlike traditional wallets that hold physical cash, crypto wallets store digital keys. These keys are like passwords that give you access to cryptocurrencies on the blockchain. Every crypto wallet has two types of keys, public and private. Your public key is like your email address, where you can share it freely to receive the crypto. However, your private key should be kept a secret. Anyone with access to a private key can sign transactions with it. They can control your funds. This is why "not your keys, not your coins" become an early motto of crypto. So, Sally would send her payments by inputting Bill's public key and signing the transaction with her private key. Essentially, she is relying on cryptography and math under the hood of the system to move her 001 Bitcoin to Bill's wallet. Crypto wallets come in few forms to suit different needs. Software wallets or hot wallets are connected to the internet and offer convenience but can be vulnerable to attacks if you aren't careful. Those essentially are wallets that are on the exchanges, on the different services that you can find on the internet. The problem with those wallets is that you don't control the keys and the coins there. Those are managed by external companies who can be subject to fraud, software hacks, or other issues. Hardware wallets or cold wallets are typically offline devices that provide enhanced security while requiring extra steps to access. These are typically offline devices that don't connect to the internet, like USB devices, hard drives, closed networks, and so on. Cold wallets only briefly go online to make a transaction, basically broadcast it. They add an extra layer of security by keeping your keys out of reach of online threats. There are also paper wallets, your keys written on the piece of paper. They are secure but not most practical for most people, so we won't focus on them. Hot wallets are a good way to send and receive crypto for both consumers and businesses. Cold wallets, on the other hand, are good for storing the bulk of your funds. A combination of a hot and cold wallet is more than enough for most crypto users. However, businesses often have more specific needs, such as converting received crypto into fiat. Business owners need an extra layer of complexity. For example, Bill runs a business here, selling the courses to Sally. He needs to worry about currency exchanges. Bill wants to take 001 Bitcoin and convert it to $600 because he maintains cash flow in USD. So he would use something like Crypto Business Wallet, which integrates 20 plus of the most popular cryptocurrencies and allows him to easily exchange them for fiat currencies. To receive crypto, he would share the public key, basically wallet address, as we discussed earlier. It is the unique string of characters that identifies his wallet on the blockchain. He could share it with the QR code, copy and paste it, or even use a shortened version like a username. To exchange BTC for dollars, he would open his business wallet and do this directly in the app. If he wants to instead send these coins to his secure cold wallet or anywhere else, he would also be able to do that directly from the crypto processing wallet. It's designed for enterprises from the ground up. So we integrated additional security and accounting features typically required by businesses and merchants. It also allows you to initiate mass payouts, create a table for all the recipients you need to send crypto to, and simplify the entire process. For example, if Bill has to divide this 001 Bitcoin that he received between partners, affiliates, and employees, he can easily do that by uploading a table of addresses and hitting send, just once. So we covered the logistics of crypto payments. Sally got her course, Bill got his crypto payment and successfully converted it into dollars and paid his partners. Before we wrap this up, let's talk about one more thing that might be on your mind: fees. After all, crypto transactions still come up with this small price tag. Blockchain network fees are similar to tolls you must pay to go on the highway. You pay to maintain the highway, in our case, the network, and keep everything running smooth. Let's go back to our example. Sally was sending 001 Bitcoin. When she initiated the transaction, her mining fee wound up being 3.5 Satoshis, which is around $1. A fee is taken automatically from her wallet when she initiates the transaction. Bill doesn't have to pay anything on his side and just receives the coins. However, we know that Bill has to send that mass payout to his partners. He initiates it during a time of high network congestion, basically when a lot of people are making transactions at the same time. So he pays 7 Satoshis per byte, or roughly $2 for his transaction. Here's a quick breakdown of how the fee works. The network and its validators. The blockchain itself, which records and facilitates all your transactions. Networks operate on proof of work, proof of stake, and other algorithms that we discussed earlier in lessons. Bitcoin uses miners, where Ethereum uses validators. And functionally, the role of both is to make sure transactions are legitimate. Fees. They are small amounts of cryptocurrencies that you pay for using the network. These fees vary based on network conjunction, transaction size in bytes, and the currency that you are using. Different crypto have different fee structures. So why do fees exist? Incentives. Miners maintain the network and use electricity and computing power, so they need a compensation. Similarly, but in structurally different way, validators of a proof-of-stake network invest their infrastructure and reap rewards for it. Prioritization. If the network is congested, like a highway with heavy traffic, higher fees can help the transactions to get processed faster. The fees also act as a deterrent against spam and malicious attacks, making attacks prohibitively expensive. Fees are most affected by which network and coins you are using. For example, they can be in the historic neighborhood of 50 cents, $2.5 for Bitcoin, but if Sally or Bill were using Solana, they'll be paying somewhere between 0.3 and 3 cents of dollars in Solana fees. Before we wrap up, let's touch on payment gateways and more specific business needs. If you run a platform like an e-commerce store or another online business, you can integrate crypto payment gateway. This is done in the same way as you would integrate PayPal, Stripe, and other common tools. In our earlier example, that's almost certainly what Bill would be using to sell courses online and send payouts. A payment gateway will automatically process crypto transactions for you and enable your customers to pay you for your services. It can even let them create and top up their own wallets. For example, if you run a Forex platform or online casino. Businesses use gateways like crypto processing because we help them integrate crypto payments with banks, quickly exchanging your crypto to fiat with convenient automation via the API. Combining a business wallet with the crypto payment gateway provides a comprehensive solution for businesses. You can enable your customers to easily and conveniently pay with crypto, keep track of all the transactions, automatically convert any portion of it into fiat, and settle any number of payments with ease. Traditional payment processing gateways often take 3% of transactions and sometimes include a flat fee. In contrast, crypto payment gateways tend not to involve any flat fees and maintain fees around 1%. Due to the direct nature of blockchain, they also don't involve chargebacks or additional restrictions like rolling reserves. Dealing with a larger scope and scale means you're better off looking for automation tools and integrations for your crypto payments. That's where crypto processing comes in. We help merchants process blockchain payments easily and provide specific tools for handling any number of customers who want to pay in crypto. This concludes our introduction to crypto payments. Hope you enjoyed the lesson. Let's do a quick recap of everything we explored so far. Crypto reshapes payments, making transactions faster, cheaper, and more accessible. Crypto wallets store your public and private keys, helping you manage your coins and tokens and make transactions. Sending and receiving crypto involves using the public key to initiate transactions that are recorded on the blockchain. Network fees help incentivize miners, validators to maintain the blockchain functionality and security. Businesses can leverage crypto payment gateways to seamlessly integrate cryptocurrency payments and streamline their operations. Combining a business wallet with the crypto payment gateways offer a comprehensive solution for secure and efficient crypto transactions. Think of crypto as an evolution of regular online payments. You pay less in fees, receive and send money faster, and don't need to worry about things like rolling reserves and other limits often imposed on merchants by traditional payment processors. In the next lesson, we will discuss the different types of crypto transactions, compliance, and the various regulatory frameworks involved.